Lonely Attack on the Different World. Web Novel Chapter 48. Why are my affection points peddling somewhere? Day 26. Morning. Streets of Amoy Town. Ah, such a drag. I don't want to do anything, and I didn't get enough rest. I want to sleep, but they woke me up. I'm a tired high school boy, but no one tries to understand any of my hardships. Everyone applied with the guild for a dungeon for 3 days, so they have to be there. I'm level 11, so I can't register as an adventurer, so I'm staying home. Well, since I'm a neat Hikikomorian loner, it is the correct decision. My part here is done. Can't I go back already? I can't shake off the feeling that I'm staying here only to get scolded every day. Even though I did nothing wrong, it's very strange. I have a relatively large sum of money. Upon counting it, it turns out to be more than 2 million ere. I'm a rich man once again. Let's tease the poster pleb later. I have no allowance, but I earn money through a side job. Slowly but steadily, I accumulated this sum by working hard, and yet, if it were found out, it would be confiscated. Hence, why I must spend it before that happens. But the suspicious merchant is not yet back in town. The same goes for my affection points and pheromone. Just where did it go, my affection? Just when is it going to grow? Low favorability surely must be the reason why I'm being scolded daily, despite doing nothing. Can't that peddler peddle faster? The general store also has no new wares and no rice. Just in case, I told her about the existence of the ultimate food form, namely rice with mushrooms. Now she would probably get desperate in her search. She is a mushroom addict after all. The weapon store, or rather should I call it the club store, seems to be doing quite well. This town is doomed. I window shop here and there, but there are no cool items. No suspicious shop that opens only at night as well. So boring. It seems that only adventurers are allowed inside, but if I move stealthily, it shouldn't be a problem. Doesn't a dungeon sound like a lot of fun? Apparently, one can even find real treasure chests in there. For some reason, the geeks were against it, saying that if you go there, you'd probably fall into a chasm all the way to the lowest floor and go missing. No, I'm not going to fly or jump inside of a dungeon, and I'm not going to fall somewhere. The ceiling is too low for that, isn't it? There is nothing but gobs and kobolds outside anyway, and I'm a bit traumatized from fighting the Goblin Emperor and the Kobold King. I don't want to do that ever again. It's amazing that I managed to survive. My head was almost bitten off. Never again. I also don't want to think about anything with the Goblin King game. That's probably the part that I hate the most. I mean, I'm the only one who isn't a king there. How boring. I already had a flat gaze from the president of receptionists at the guild, and all of the quests there remained the same. Which reminds me, until now, no one at the guild met eyes with me even once. Even when I'm standing right there in front of them, looking into their eyes, they still wouldn't make eye contact. Such a mystery that is too much for me. Even if it isn't a mystery, I still don't get it. And the idiots are still sleeping. They didn't recover even one bit. Anyway, let's go outside. There might be another carriage under attack, so I might get more money and rewards. So peaceful, not a single reward in sight. Not a single carriage under attack. Well, it's not like I need it at this point. My part is over, so I don't need any new equipment. No, if I find something good, I will buy it anyway, obviously. I'm basically obligated to do so according to RPG canons. But I don't want to fight strong monsters. Then I guess my equipment is sufficient. I'm going to instead ambush them anyway. It's kind of too peaceful. Well, it's been a while, so such days are fine as well. Is what I'm saying. Can't you read the mood? As I walked towards the forest, orcs jumped out of it for some reason. Not some orc-faced guys, but actual orcs. Well, I don't care either way. I don't get what the difference is anyway. Did they come here after hearing that some town was popular with the monsters? Led by false information? In the first place, where did the orcs even get that info? Was it spread by Mari-Mari-san? Did she put up posters in the forest? Looks like gobs and kobolds also tagged along. Is this a shopping tour? Should I go along with the trend? I think that they are going to attack me even if I go along with it. Participation denied, all because I'm a loner. I strike the gobs, I strike the kobolds, and occasionally I also strike the orcs. What is this? Whack-a-monster? Rhythm game? I hope it doesn't turn into a king game, not because I'm afraid of losing. And no kobold kings as well. Don't you dare show up. I'll set the bitches after you, even though I'm also afraid of them, honestly. For how long do I have to keep up with this whack-a-monster? How many hours to clear it? Will I get a prize for this? If it's a pheromone ring, then I'm going to do it. Absolutely. Come at me, affection points. I'll turn every single one of you into affection. It's getting dark and I'm getting hungry. Can't I pause this or save my progress? It's about time for me to go home. Well, with that logic, I'll have to go into the forest, though. How long do I have to keep doing this? Monster Masters, how many hours do I have to whack at them to clear this? Will I get a prize? If it's rice, then I'm going to do it. Absolutely. Come at me, you rice balls. I'm going to squeeze every single one of you. It's pitch dark already, and I'm really hungry. Unable to bear it anymore, I started munching on mushrooms midway, even though the town is right there. Oh, it's finally over? Ending? What about the prize? Read the mood. Saving the most annoying part for the final is the bad game design. What did you come here for? Just go back if all of your allies got annihilated. The last monster that came was the Orc King, level 34, HP is an excessive 327. It's weaker than the Goblin Emperor, but it's going to take a while, isn't it? I'm sure of it. It's late at night, I'm hungry, yet I have to deal with the Orc King now? Just why? It won't end anytime soon, right? Are they trying to starve me to death? Is that the strategy? Can I leave for a moment? I'll eat dinner and be right back. Apparently no. This is the worst. It can't read the mood. It's also on the same level as the geeks. At this point, I won't be surprised if Geek King were to appear next. In the first place, why do I have to beat them to death? It's such a pain in the ass. I beat it to death. I clubbed it. I did it. But no one is rushing at me to hand me a prize? Why? Was I tricked? I kept whacking at them all this time. I didn't even use magic in case it might be banned for this attraction. I didn't even cut or stab them and earnestly kept striking them. And no prize? Enough, I'm done with this. I'm going home. Collecting the clubs and magic stones of who? The Geek King? No, the Orc King and the Orc leaders. I go back. I'm too tired to gather anything else. Tired, hungry, and just fed up with this. Receiving no prize, I dejectedly made my way back to the town. A wasted effort. If I were to gather everything, it probably would have totaled for a huge sum, but I won't be able to sell all of it anyway. There are clubs everywhere I looked. Why not rename it to the Club Town already?